Hello, welcome back to Dork, Diaries Spectacular Superstar. Before we start, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos. Friday, July 4. Warning, this will probably be the longest diary entry ever. Today's the 4th of July, holiday. And OMG, I've been through so much drama, it feels like my head is going to explode into a glittery shower of fireworks. A few days ago, my parents decided to have a picnic on Lake Wellington on July 4th. The area is mostly known for its luxury vacations, homes, and fancy yachts, and it has a beautiful park that has been open to the public for decades. But strangely enough, my dad wanted to go there because of the pedal boats. It's this weird boat-bike combo that you sit and pedal with your feet to make it go. Dad was super excited because when he and his brother were kids, they loved to rent pedal boats whenever their family spent time at the park. He said he wanted to continue his wonderful tradition with his children. Personally, it sounded like a lot of unnecessary work. Sorry, but if I have to be stuck on a boat, I'd rather it be a humongous luxury cruise ship with a floating water park and zip line. This is my kind of boat. Hello! We arrived at Lake Wellington around noon and had a delicious picnic lunch, but we were a little surprised when 90 uninvited guests showed up. 90 uninvited guests crashed our picnic. After we finished, my mom put on her noise-canceling headphones to read a book while we ventured off to rent a pedal boat. Brianna was so fascinated with the boat as soon as she saw it but I was not impressed, mostly because it was so old it looked like it was probably the same one my dad took out when he was a kid. The boat rental guy started to give us instructions, but Dad interrupted him and bragged that he was a very experienced expert at pedal boats, even though he hadn't been in one in 30 years. Dad helped Brianna into the boat, but when I stepped forward, he stopped me and made me hand over my cell phone. Lake Wellington is a cell phone-free zone, Dad announced just as the boat rental guy got a text message. Whatever. I handed my phone to Dad, and he quickly walked over to where my mom was reading and gave it to her for safekeeping, but I really didn't mind. I figured I was going to be too busy having fun and pedaling around the lake to text anyone, and I definitely didn't want my phone to get wet. Finally, Dad, Brianna, and I all got into the boat, and the rental guy shoved us out into the lake. Brianna was all excited to pedal, so I let her sit in the front with Dad, but she could only reach the pedals if she sat all the way forward on the edge of her seat. She quickly got distracted, pretending she was Princess Sugarplum on an exciting ocean adventure and started singing to the fish. Really off key. I bet those fish were happy they didn't have huge human-like ears. I was kind of enjoying my seat in the back. If I shut out the sound of my dad huffing and puffing and Brianna's shrieking, it was actually kind of relaxing out there on the lake. I love the little fish and the little fish love me. Me chillaxing in the pedal boat. Well, until my dad told Brianna to switch seats with me so I could help him pedal. This is a lot harder than I remembered, he wheezed as I helped Brianna climb into the back. Thank goodness my strong, powerful daughter is here to help. Okay, I did kind of feel strong and powerful for about 10 minutes. I was making a boat move across a lake by the power of my legs alone. Well, also my dad's leg. But he slowed down a lot after I took over for Brianna. Then all of a sudden, there was a loud thump, and my pedals froze. I couldn't move them at all, and when I looked over at my dad, his pedals weren't moving either. But that was because he was asleep. "Dad?" I yelled. I don't know how he fell asleep because Brianna was still shrieking songs at the top of her lungs right behind us. I tapped down on the shoulder and he sat upright. "Wow, did I just doze off?" he sputtered. "I guess being out here on this lake is even more relaxing than I thought it would be." "Yeah, right. This lake wasn't relaxing. It was exhausting." Dad squinted at the shore, which now seemed miles far away. "I can't believe we pedaled out this far." I snorted, but he was right. He was right. We were pretty far from shore. And now the pedals weren't working. "Dad, I think something is wrong with this boat. For some reason, I can't get the pedals to move," I complained as I stomped on them. He frowned and tried his own pedals, but they wouldn't move either. "Something must have gotten stuck in the propeller thing," he explained. If the propeller was stuck, that meant we were stuck. Brianna suddenly stopped singing. "Daddy, we aren't moving anymore. Is something wrong? Is our boat broken?" she asked, her lip trembling. "No," I said at the exact time that my dad said, "Yes." Brianna was about to go into a full-blown meltdown, and not the mild temper tantrum one, but the kind of shrieking, hiccuping, not enough tears to raise the level of the lake. "But it's just a game," I said in a rush. "We're not really stuck out here. We just have to figure out how we are going to get back to the shore." Brianna nodded and seemed convinced. First, we tried shouting for help, but unfortunately, we were so far out the lake that no one could hear us. "Help!" We tried shouting for help. Suddenly, Brianna smiled. "I know how we can get back to the shore. Maybe a family of dolphins will come and rescue us, like that last Princess Sugarplum movie," she exclaimed. I was very sure that there wasn't a dolphin in Lake Wellington, let alone a family of them. "That's right, Brianna. This means you need to be nice and quiet so you don't scare the dolphins when they come to rescue us," I lied. "Really? There are actually dolphins in Lake Wellington?" my dad exclaimed, wide-eyed. "I never saw one when I was a kid. This is going to be even more of an adventure than I thought. Hey, I think I see one over there. Look!" Dad pointed toward the front of the boat, and he and Brianna excitedly stared at the water. "Daddy, I see it too! Wow, a dolphin!" Brianna squealed. I couldn't help rolling my eyes. All I saw was a 4-foot-long, partially sunburned log floating by. Sorry, but it looked nothing like a 10-foot long 1,000-pound dolphin. "Look, it's a dolphin! It came to rescue us!" Dad and Brianna spot a dolphin. "Listen, Dad, we still need to figure out how we're going to get back to shore," I reminded him. "Well, we could paddle with our arms," my dad suggested. He knelt down on the seat and leaned away out over the edge of the boat, paddling at the water with his hands. "I think it's working," he called over his shoulder. Nikki, you paddle on the other side. This was ridiculous." There was no way it was working, but Brianna looked so hopeful, and I was starting to get hot from the sun blazing overhead, so I got down and paddled on the other side. The edge of the boat was digging into my chest, and I was barely splashing at the water. Brianna giggled and screeched, "Look! The dolphin is pushing our boat back to the shore. Thank you, Mr. Dolphin. Then she started singing all off key all over again, but we weren't moving at all. Darn it! If only I hadn't confiscated your cell phone, Nikki, Dad said, slapping his forehead. So we could dial 911 and request an emergency water rescue, I said gloomily. No, I could have taken a video of this dolphin. No one is going to believe there's a dolphin in Lake Wellington, Dad chuckled. Yep, it was sad, but true. I was trapped in a pedal boat with two people who couldn't tell a difference between a log and a huge marine animal. We were never, ever going to get back to the shore. We were going to wither away and die of heat stroke and starvation on a cruddy pedal boat in the middle of Lake Wellington. I'd never get my driver's license, attend prom, graduate from high school, or hang out with Chloe and Zoe again. But the scariest part was that I was so hot and exhausted that the stupid floating log was starting to look like a dolphin to me too. Please, Mr. Dolphin, come and rescue us. I pleaded along with my dad and sister. I was pretty sure it winked at me, but to be brutally honest, things were not looking good for us. To be continued. Thanks for watching. Bye!